a tremendous motor. He really plays hard. Plays hard. He's a smart football player. He's made strides since I've been here. Just watching him through spring, the short practices that we had, the way he's progressed right now is pretty impressive. He looks to be a man on a mission.
And then around him, who are some of the other guys that you think are going to fill in those spots? Obviously, you have some young guys like Tariq Matthews, some new guys coming in like Brandon Boy or Randall. What do you kind of see in terms of those?
Well, I like the depth that we've added this year. I think you got some young guys that are very talented players, some young guys that will continue to get better as we move along. And when I say young guys, new to the program, I mean, you got Krishan Merriweather, who's kind of taken a step in the last couple of days. You got Jacob Morgenstern, who's been very, very impressive throughout camp. And naturally, you got Brandon, who's a gifted athlete. And but then you got some young guys that have really are starting to take a step. Kosai Etheridge is impressive. Really impressive. Tremendous motor and get to the ball, tremendous athletic ability. Ty Matthews has taken strides in the last couple of days, as well as Bryce Robinson. So you got some young guys that are making strides. They continue to improve. A guy that is kind of stepping up, is Bryce Ramirez, who's a walk-on. And he's on a mission too. He's working his butt off, got a tremendous motor, and he could run, and he's pretty athletic. So I think we have some really good depth at the linebacker position. We've got to continue to get better, continue to play smarter, and I look forward to seeing that improvement every day.
Go to Don Williams.
What do you say, Don?
Not much, Coach. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Happy to be here.
Good. From a positioning standpoint, we kind of proceeded on some assumptions maybe from what we've heard from Matt and Keith. Merriweather is kind of a middle linebacker. Brandon Boye Randall, an edge player.
Yes.
Rico, also kind of an outside guy. Is that accurate still?
Rico is inside, as well as Krishan, and Brandon is outside, yes. But Rico's playing inside right now.
Okay. Well, how would you describe the kind of your scheme? How many do you see yourself as
Well,
down?
we are very multiple. We're an odd multiple front defense, and KP has some unique ways to get into some different looks. Creating a lot of different looks for offenses, and we'll continue to develop his package, but it's very, very multiple.
So who else there besides Brandon Randall would you view as an outside backer type?
I think there's guys that have the ability. I think, you look at Jacob Morgenstern, Bryce Ramirez, Kosai Etheridge. Those guys are outside type guys. They have the ability to play both outside and inside. Some probably their skill set's better for outside. But we've got some guys that could be multiple. And we have some guys that really need to stay inside.
Go to Brady King.
Hey, Coach.
Hi, Brady.
You mentioned Merriweather, and I know you guys have gotten some good transfers and grad transfers. How much will you guys be relying on those transfers, and what have you seen from them so far?
Well, we're definitely going to rely on them. We like veteran players, and I think, that gives us a chance to develop younger players. And we're fortunate that we do have some younger players that are continuing to develop and developing at a good pace. But we brought them in because they're older, they're more experienced, not within our scheme, but they're older players. They've been around. They're physically more mature, played more football at a higher level. So we still have to continue to develop them within our scheme. But it also enables us with older guys, hopefully get that leadership that you're looking for from an older guy, and we can, and help develop the younger guys.
We'll go to Sam Khan.
What do you say, Sam?
How are you?
I'm great.
I'm curious, just from a recruiting standpoint, how much of a challenge has it been to evaluate without the in-person, ability to look at guys, throughout these last 5-6 months?
Sam, that's a really good question, because I think you get a really good idea of athletic ability off the tape, but the thing you lack as far as recruiting is when you get into school, you get to know people. You get to know the people in the school. You could ask people questions, maybe the strength coach, maybe the janitor, his algebra teacher, whatever it may be. Find out more about what type of person you're getting, because it's so important to have the right type of kid within our system and in our program, and you lose that part. Now we're working hard. We're zooming. We do some things to make a connection, but you don't get that in school. You don't get a chance to watch them actually work out. The only thing you have is you have the tape. You have the tape, and you talk to people on the phone. You Zoom people. So that's a little different. It's a lot better than nothing, believe me. But the in-person contact's important.
Go to Brandon Solis.
Hey, Brandon, how you doing?
Good. How you doing, Coach?
Good. Nice smile.
Thank you. Kind of piggybacking off that question, how is it having a guy like Jordan Brooks go first round? I know you didn't really coach him here at Texas Tech, but how big is that for you?
It's unbelievable. When you get a program, and I think it goes back to KP's scheme with the linebacker. This is a linebacker-friendly defense, and linebackers should be leading tacklers on the team. And Jordan was able to do that because of scheme last year, and then believing in KP and in the trust factor and things like that. So our scheme is built for linebackers. It's made for linebackers to make plays. So him being a first rounder, again, the recruiting part, we just talked about that. We're getting interest, but we got to continue to work hard and continue to develop relationships.
We'll go back to Eric Kelly.
Coach, you coming from LSU, also Eric Monroe coming from LSU. How much of conversation did you and Matt Wells have about him, and were you kind of consulted at all when in terms of getting in here?
Well, I didn't work with his position group, but I got to know him quite well when I was there. And, I saw, one thing, guys don't complain. They don't complain. They try to help each other get better. Unfortunately, he had some injuries. The talent level, he got hurt as a sophomore, and then they continue to recruit. So he wasn't getting the playing time that he had. But, he was always a positive person on the sideline. He played, don't get me wrong, but was never a guy that would, have a hung-dong look and complain or anything like that. And that's the way the guys are there. They encourage each other. They want each other to have success because they all want to win and win big. So I knew he had athletic ability. I did, he did play. So I thought it'd be a good fit, especially, we were looking for the safety, for help at the safety position.
What makes a perfect Kevin Cosgrove linebacker?
Smart, tough, and dependable.
Go to Don Williams to wrap us up.
Good question, Eric. It was easy to answer. I like the easy ones, not the hard ones.
Coach Rashawn Merriweather led NJCAA in tackles last
Yeah.
year. From what you see, what skill set did he use to be so productive
Tough.
this year?
Tough, physical, loves football, and he's continuing to get better every day. We threw a lot at these kids, and initially, then we do it for a while, and then we come back and throw it back at him. And he's he's continuing to develop and starting to pick up things quite well right now. So he's not where he needs to be, but he is certainly eager. He wants to get better. It's important to him. He loves the game. He loves everything about the game, the physicalness of it, just the excitement that you have when you play this game, as well as coach this game. And, I look for him to continue to improve and have a big year.
So if you had to play a game on Saturday besides Randall and Merriweather and Rico, who else would kind of be on that short list of guys?
Well, I mean, again, I got guys that are continuing to develop, guys that have really taken a step ahead. You look, Kosai Eldridge has really taken a step as I watch him. And then, like I say, the younger guys, Ty, Bryce Robinson, Ramirez, those guys are stepping up, and there's no question Jacob Morgenstern is going to play here, too.
Man, I feel like, Coach Wells and the staff did a great job here. I'm from Houston, so that was a part of my decision coming back home. But I know it was like 8 hours from home, but just being back in Texas and, just being back in the colors like I did in high school was, one big step for me. So that's why I chose Texas Tech.
You've done what no one else in terms of player has done, which is be a part of a national championship team. What is that sort of feel that, or what does maybe the team need to do to adapt that culture or that idea where you can tell, okay, this team can get to that?
Man, it's all about mindset. That's what you have inside. That's not taught. That's you as a person. You gotta have that mindset, and if you want to achieve it, you got to step up. You got to raise the bar high. So, just mindset, man. Mindset is the big key.
Go to Sam Khan.
Hey Eric, so far since you've been here and had some chance to work out with guys, how have you found yourself fitting in, and kind of where do you see yourself fitting on the field in this defense?
Oh man, I feel right in. The guys, welcome me with open arms. I'm learning the playbook. Zach McPherson and some of the guys helping me learn it. Just being a family. Wherever coach want me to play, that's my role. So, I have to, play my role. So.
And what would you say that you've learned over your first couple of years in college football? Like what have all these experiences taught you so far?
Oh man, it's big. One thing is time. You have to. It's time management. So you don't have much time to wait. You have to, get on board. So I think timing is the key.
Go to Don Williams.
Hey, Eric, since you were from Houston, obviously you were growing up, I guess U of H is there in your backyard, you're closer to like Texas A&M and Texas. What awareness did you have of Texas Tech when you were younger, or was Texas Tech on your radar before these last few months?
Oh man, coming out of high school, they recruited me. I took the step to go to LSU, but when I transferred, man, this is home for me. I feel like this is home. Like I said, I'm from Houston, so I'm in the state of Texas, so that was big too.
Who was your favorite school growing up? It's okay, you can say,
I have to say probably Oregon. Oregon. So.
You mentioned them being back in the colors. So being North Shore was red also, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Coach, before you coach, mentioned that you had some injuries at LSU. What was it that set you back there, and kind of how long were you? What injury or injuries did you have, and how much did that set you back over the course of your career?
Man, I had a lot of hamstrings problems. When I had it, that bumped me down. Like it's next man up. So I had to wait my turn. So my hamstring was really tough on me. My 4 years in college. So just getting back in routine and getting back to myself. That's what I'm trying to focus on now.
We'll go back to Eric Kelly.
Eric, who's the guy in the Texas Tech secondary that already has kind of stood out and impressed you?
Oh man, Tommy, Zach, Fry, them really the whole group. We got some, a lot of great guys, in the secondary. So just everybody, playing their role, and they doing the best they can. So all of them really doing good.
Zach mentioned that you're already kind of a vocal leader in that secondary. How do you come into a new place and just so naturally become that type of guy?
It's about I seen a lot. So my 4 years in LSU, I seen a lot. I played behind first rounders. I saw how they led, and I wanted to be just like them. Or still some of them, some of their, knowledge, whatever, and and just give it to the guys here. Like I said, just play my role. If they have questions, they'll ask me or vice versa. So just being that big brother to them. Because I seen it all. Being behind first rounders, so I just seen it all in my 4 years.
We'll go to Brady King and then Don Williams to wrap us up.
Hey Eric, you mentioned you've seen it all. The team, where you guys are at right now, kicking off in just a few weeks here, do you feel like you guys are ready, and how excited are you to get going in that Tech uniform?
Oh man, we ready. Man, they have a great group of guys in this locker room. They focus, their mindset change. They really doing good, and we can't wait to get it rolling, get the ball rolling. So I can't wait for my first snap. At Texas Tech Raider. So I'm excited.
All right, we'll go back to Don Williams.
Eric, what kind of mementos or memorabilia do you have from being part of a national championship team?
Oh man.
You have like a national championship ring, or what did they do for you after you won the national championship?
We really, since the pandemic, we should have got our rings our spring game, but the pandemic hit, so we got it. I think like 2 months ago. So the rings, and then we had a little reward ceremony with the rings. It was under our chair, so that was exciting too. So
Where and when was that?
I think it was like a month ago, I might say, or 2 months ago.
So y'all got to do that in person then?
Yes, sir. We did it in person, in the indoor.
Yeah. Everything we've heard from the coaches makes it sound like they expect you to step right in and start. Obviously, be a key member of the team. How difficult or easy has it been to pick up the defense? What has been the toughest part of coming into a new program and learning quickly so that you can show what you were made of, show what you can bring to the table?
I'm picking up the playbook fast. I'm really impressed by myself. Being at LSU, they threw so much at us. So in the plays. So just coming here, the concept is all the same. It's just different names for them. So I'm really picking up it easy. I have like I said, great guys in the locker room helping me out. So I can do my job.